No problem with that. Hey, William, thank you so much for sending the like on here. I'm wearing my glasses now so I can actually read like I never do on this thing. I never wear my glasses. That camera's too dark. And everyone on there, I'm live. Let me turn it. Okay, everyone on YouTube is gonna be pissed off because normally I crop the image in a certain way where it shows everything more properly. There we go. This is not for you guys. This is for the YouTube. I'm going to be talking to two groups of people right now. Wow, someone already joined in. I'm going to be talking to two groups of people right now. I'm live streaming on Beagle on my phone, and I'm live streaming for YouTube. I'm going to show you the phone. I'm live streaming on YouTube with that camera. So, Beagle, YouTube. The microphone's for the YouTube. So everybody can hear me. We're good. Now I'm just going to be kind of responding to people at random because everyone's going to be confused why nobody can see the messages I'm responding to. Because I'm an idiot and I don't think things through. So, Turok 2, another thing I mentioned the graphics on how amazing already. I've been doing the Beagle live stream YouTubers for maybe 20 minutes already. I've just been chatting about games and which ones I have and why they influenced me. And just the quality of the games, how they changed what they did in gaming. So Doom 64, there you guys go, and there you guys go. Doom 64 was the first one I talked about, and how it really changed the whole. Well, basically everything they tried to do with porting over Doom games. It really changed the format that they were trying to do it in, and it made it just better in every way. Because it was just a great game. It had new weapons, new enemy designs. Even if it's the same enemies, it had new designs for them. And, well, yeah, it was just amazing. I love the game. It's fantastic. Turok Dinosaur Hunter could have been better in several ways, but it really did introduce us to more violence, more gore, and bigger battles with bigger map areas for us to explore. So that was something that's kind of cool. And Turok 2 Seeds of Evil improved everything on that formula with with improved visuals in pretty much every aspect of the game, because Turok 1 had such heavy fog where you couldn't see you couldn't see crap for 20 feet in front of you. It just cut off the characters didn't render at that point. The environments had a hard time rendering, and you just had this thick fog in front of your character and you couldn't see anything. I mean, I've only had fog in my area where I live one time and I couldn't see cars coming. It was scary as heck. But no, that's about what the game looked like. And it was like Silent Hill, playing Silent Hills on FPS. It doesn't work, you know? I mean, I wish it did, but it doesn't. Okay, so Turok 2 also had amazing combat. Oh, and everyone on YouTube can see Broly over there, and you guys can see him over here. There we go. So I'm going to move on from Turok 2. Turok 3. It's not as good as Turok 2. Had kind of better graphics. They weren't as bright and weren't as differentiated. But there were more different kind of enemies. It wasn't about dinosaurs really like at all anymore. It was more aliens, mutants, things like that. So Turok 3, oh yeah. Also, she had boobs. That was their advertising. Yes, because sex sells. That's how they got all the teenage boys to start playing their game, more or less. Hey, it got me to buy the game. But no, the game was really, it took a step back to me in actual terms of gameplay, because it played more like the first game, even though it looked better than the second game. The graphics improved, but everything else was a step back. And the second game was a very linear type of map setup. There was a lot of downsides in how it was set up. It was very linear. You basically went from point A to point B. You had a little bit of back travel in the middle of it, but for the most part, you didn't explore that much. This one, it's even worse. There's no exploration. You basically go from point A to point B throughout a cool looking level in like cities and, well, some caverns, things like that. It just wasn't very memorable because I can remember every single level in Turok 2. Turok 1, I can't remember. I can't differentiate them all. No, they don't look that different and they don't stand out. But Turok 2, I can remember every single level. I can remember what the theme was, what type of enemies there were, But Turok 3, I can't, I don't care, I don't know. It all kind of blends together into they're trying to do gritty, futuristic, but also urban setting with aliens attacking and mutants. That was basically the entire game from start to finish, and they really didn't nail it. So that was that one. Moving on from first-person shooters. Another game that really kind of, let's see, a game that I loved as a kid. I played this game a lot. Donkey Kong 64. So, guys up on YouTube, you can see it. Guys down there, you can see it as well. Donkey Kong 64 was my jam. I loved Donkey Kong 64. I have a guide for it. I played the crap out of this game. I did everything you could possibly do, and I unlocked like 100%. I did 100% of this game. But it was cool because it was like Super Mario 64 with multiple changeable characters, a big open world, and it was just a completely different environment. Because sure, I love Super Mario 64, but it was like it's a night and day difference, just like Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario World. That's exactly how different this game is from Super Mario. Excuse me, Super Mario 64. I mean, it was great. I don't really have any issues with that. But I love this game way more than Super Mario 64, honestly. Excuse me, my friends. I just have to use the restroom for 1 second. I don't think I can pause a live stream, so I've been holding it. I gotta go. You probably noticed me wiggling. I'll be right back. Give me like hopefully less than a minute. 45 seconds. 45 seconds. Wasn't that? Luckily, the YouTube didn't have anybody on there, so nobody ever joins on YouTube. My channel's YouTube. It's hard to find me unless you just know the address of my channel. Which I think it's just the algorithm hates me because I've been doing this for like a decade. I know how to do SEO. I know how to do it. Search engine optimization is very easy for me. I have top terms. The algorithm just doesn't like me because I'm a gaming channel, I think. Pretty sure. But yeah, no, back to the point. Where was I? Donkey Kong 64. What was I saying? The thing I love about this game, honestly, is just how similar it is to Mario 64 while not copying it. It did actually differentiate itself from it while having a similar structure. Kind of like how Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie also kind of did a similar thing. But Donkey Kong 64 had the same kind of open world where you went to different sections, different areas, and it was a new map. But the cool thing about it was you could choose several different characters and play the game through several different types of play styles. So you had 5 different characters, 5 different types of Kongs, I think. You had a different gameplay style for each one. Super Mario 64, you had that one style for the entire game. That was basically how you were going to play the game. And until Super Mario 64 on DS, because that did have changing characters. This feels weird. I think my wife moved the microphone. I think she tilted this or messed with it. It doesn't sit the same way. She likes to sing karaoke with this. She hates this microphone, honestly. I have one in the back there. She doesn't know how to set up. So she just kind of turns this whole microphone, which is not a singing microphone. It's a dynamic broadcasting microphone for podcasting and stuff. But I'm an IT guy, and cable setups are normal to me. It's like second nature. I always forget to set up the other microphone for her when I leave in the morning. I really need to remember that. Slanche. Good stuff. Had to pee earlier because I drink a gallon of water a day in addition to this. And this is my fourth drink where I had that much whiskey. I had a bourbon first. I had that much, not much whiskey, but that much Coke Zero. More or less. Well, yeah, back to the topic. Let's see. Next one. Okay, I have a lot of stuff here. Talked about Turok 3. This is one I played the crap out of. I don't even like racing games, but there are two racing games I enjoyed on the N64. I don't even like racing games. These two games stood out to me and were a lot of fun. I had a great time with them. First one is, of course, 1080 Snowboarding. I did everything in this game. I unlocked every snowboarder, every board, every racetrack, and then used the codes at the end after I finished everything to get the penguin border because holy crap. No, the penguin board. And there was a golden and there was a crystal border. The golden border was the special one. He was the good one. All his stats were like maxed. And then the penguin board was just awesome. There was a penguin snowboard. That was just amazing. So those are the unlockables in the game after you just did really, really good. So 1080 snowboarding, that was my jam. Whenever I wanted to do a racing game, this was it. I mastered every trick, every course. I played the heck out of this game, and it was so good. It was always so satisfying. The graphics are moderate. They're moderate. They're not going to break any new grounds, but they don't need to. They just need a plain white sheet above another plain white sheet. And one of them you can sink into a little bit. That's how you get the soft snow effect. A couple particle effects around the back of your snowboard. And then you have very even lighting for the entire level. It doesn't require that much. Moderate character design, mostly just for the back of your character. And then you had for like the trees, the rocks, and logs. And that's basically all you had for level design. There really wasn't that much to it. It wasn't that complicated. But they threw it together in just a way with all the right 90s music. And this screamed out 90s music. I have no other way to describe the music in this game other than 90s. Like Bill and Ted would have this music. But basically that's how the game felt, and it was just amazing. It's like what if Pauly Shore went with Bill and Ted and they all grabbed snowboards and went snowboarding together. That's 1080 snowboarding. It's great. And yeah, it was just so good. That's a game I would suggest for anybody. It was so good. That's one of the ones that was the very few racing games I enjoyed. The other one was Diddy Kong Racing. That one was not in my collection. That one actually I played at my pastor's house. He was the one that introduced me to Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, as well as Diddy Kong Racing. We played them both over there, and it was great. But Diddy Kong Racing was really cool because it's just better than Mario Kart 64 in every way. It's just a great game because you can have several transformable vehicles, like Sega and Sonic All Stars Racing Transformed. Yeah, Nintendo already did that before. They did that a long time ago with Diddy Kong Racing. It's the exact same game. You have the hover car, or the hover cart for the water areas. You have the plane, and you have the car. And every time you go to a different area, your vehicle would transform. Or no, that it wouldn't transform. It would just stay. You choose the vehicle at the start of the race, I think. If I remember, it's been a while. But it was great the way they did that. It was flawless. It really just kind of flowed. And yeah, that was just like one of the best racing games of the time. Because every other racing game was a car game. And this differentiated itself. It was either a car game, a water game, or an air game. You had one of the three. Hey, Opto became a fan on what's it called? Bigo. I have a lot of social medias. Sorry, I forget the names of them. But yeah, on Bigo, Opto became a fan. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And everyone who's jumped in on there, golden number 69. Sorry, I had to give it a moment of silence. But yes, we reached a number and it dropped down to 68 right when I said that. I'm old. All my jokes are terrible. I apologize. No, not really. I don't apologize. I like all the cheesy jokes. I live for dad jokes. Dad jokes are my thing. But yes, Diddy Kong Racing was just hands down better in every way than Mario Kart 64. Even Super Mario Kart, I dare say, because that was also a good game. But Diddy Kong Racing really perfected that whole genre, I think. It really stretched and pushed out what could happen in the racing genre because nobody had ever had one game that had all three different play styles yet before in it at the same time. Just depending on the track, you could choose what kind of vehicle you're going to play, and then you could just play a different type of vehicle. It was amazing. And that's when I think that's when we were introduced to Conquer. Conquer from Conquer's Bad Fur Day, the most suggestive game of the time, where you're literally jumping on a giant flower's tits. That game is crazy. It's ridiculous. I don't own that one, but I have played Conquer's Bad Fur Day. It's ridiculous. But Conquer is in Diddy Kong Racing, shockingly. I mean, that was before he was a crude and rude character. But for let's see, for racing games, that's pretty much the pinnacle of all racing games for me. If they remade Diddy Kong Racing, I would throw my wallet at the screen until they sent me a copy. I would love it if they released a new version of Diddy Kong Racing. I mean, I don't think Rare does make Donkey Kong games. They do. I remember Rare made Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country. What the hell? There was another Donkey Country game, Donkey Kong Country. Sorry, it's a tongue twister. Donkey Kong Country game for the Wii. There were two of them, I think, on the Wii. Or was it one on the Wii, one on the Wii U? I honestly don't remember off the top of my head. I'm going to have to look that up. Well, I have a computer in front of me. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm also drunk. I have a computer in front of me. Donkey Kong Country. Wii? Which version was for the Wii? Returns. I was like, I know there was one that was not freeze. We have Donkey Kong Country Returns out in my room out there, out in the main the loft. We have that, and it's fun. But I grew up in Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 and 3. I grew up on number 2. That was the game I played all the time. Hey, Alex Chantel, thank you so much for jumping in on Bigo and the live stream. I'm live streaming in 2 places at once right now. I have it on my YouTube, on my computer, and I have it here on my phone, just so I can just double the fun. It's like having 2 Oreos stacked on top of each other at once. It's just better than one. But yeah, that's about where I'm at. But thank you so much for talking to me. How you doing, man? What video game console did you start on? Which one was the first game console that you first played? Which one really made you embrace gaming as just the awesomeness that it is? For me, it was like the first console I played was the original Atari 2600. I still have it. It still works. It works great because Atari 2600 is a beast of a machine. It's never needed repairs, but the Nintendo Entertainment System really cemented the genre for me or the entire hobby for me. It cemented the hobby for me because the NES had the original Zelda, it had the Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, and it also had Duck Hunt. No, Duck Hunt was my jam. I played a lot of Duck Hunt. Cheers again. Slancha. I really don't use the accent enough either. I should probably practice using the accent when I say the word so that it doesn't come across as an American accent. Like if I said it, like, because in Scotland they do have an accent, which we would think is an accent. They don't have an accent, but it's based around the language where it originated. So I'm going to say Slancha. I speak a little bit of Scottish Gaelic. See you in the morning, and I want to say, how are you doing? I'd say, oh, Madden Va, came at a hashif. Oh, tap leave, came at a hashvein. I can speak a little Scottish Gaelic, not very much. I'm learning. And on YouTube, Quint, thank you for the compliment on the hairdo. It's slowly disappearing, and the hair is slowly going away. It's not going to be around for much longer, so enjoy all this gorgeousness. There you go. Now you can just enjoy the shine. My goal after this goes away enough, I'm just gonna shave it clean, honestly, and I'm gonna try and wax it so that I can blind and have a sheen of light shine into the eyes of motorcyclists as they ride by on the highway. Be like shing, and then they just swerve out of control and go off the road because of the immense shine from me waxing the head from when it's bald. It's gonna happen, and I know I'm gonna go bald eventually. My grandpa was bald by the time he was 30. I'm 35. I've lasted a little longer than that, but I don't think for long. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. But no, I'm looking forward to when I can do that because my kid. None of my family wants me to actually shave it. They think I should just let it do the whole you thing. So when it any more than this though, I'm just gonna have it clean. It's easier to take care of, and I don't have to wash my hair anymore. Right? I have no issue with that at all because I'm lazy. I'm incredibly lazy, and I like the idea of zero maintenance at all. So, Quint, also on YouTube, and everybody here on Bigo, tell me, what was your first console? What game and what system was the one that was like your go-to place to go after school when you were growing up? Which game made you a gamer? If any of you are gamers, do any of you play games? Which system and console was the one that? Oh, I guess both YouTube and Bigo. I'm live streaming in two places, by the way, for anyone that's just joining in. I have my computer up there, and let me show you where you're live streaming to on the Bigo. Now you guys can see each other. I am turning around the camera. Boom. There you go. You can see each other. That's the camera. That's a 4K webcam right there. And this one is also a 4K web camera, but that's not the one I'm recording from. I'm recording from the other side. But yeah, that's what I'm recording from. I got this. I got my other monitor over here, but it's not really being used right now. Let me point you back over here towards me. Oh, nope. I turned off HD. Okay, cool. We're back. I just had to change it up a little bit and show you guys what's going on. Okay, back to the topic. Want to talk more games? This one, Mega Man 64. It's basically, it's literally just a port of Mega Man Legends. I don't know why they even bothered to call it Mega Man 64 because it did not originate on the N64. This came from the PlayStation. It's Mega Man Legends. That's the name of the game. I think I even have the manual here. Do I? Oh, holy crap. I do have the manual. I keep good care of all my stuff. This is the same one I got back when I was a teenager when I bought this. I think. No, how the hell old was I? I was like a preteen when I bought this, I think. But I remember when I bought this, the day I bought this. Don't tell my mom. She doesn't know about the live stream. She's not watching, but I did not sleep that night. After I went to bed, I got right back up, went to the TV and started playing. I played all night, didn't sleep for like 3 days. I literally didn't sleep for 3 days. I stayed straight up. I didn't even nap. I used to have the constitution to be able to do that. Oh, I couldn't even do that nowadays. I 5 hours a night is basically what I sleep now, but that's my bare minimum. I can't go below that. Otherwise, I just can't survive nowadays. I'm getting old. It doesn't happen anymore. That was literally like 23, 24 years ago. I think I'm getting a little older than I used to be. No, that was a while ago. No, I need to math. I can't math. I'm drunk. I'm sorry. You guys have to do that for me. I can't do it. I'm tired. I worked all day and I'm drunk. I've been filling this cup up all the way. Yes, it's in my Harry Potter cup. That's for you guys to see the butterbeer. The butterbeer. Oh, it's not focused there. The camera up there is a fixed focus lens, by the way. It's not an autofocus like the phone. So anytime I hold up something to it, I see it's completely blurry because it's not set up for that range. It's set up for almost exactly 36 inches away. I have to be in this position, otherwise it will be blurry. For the phone, it doesn't really matter for you guys on Vigo. Back to the topic. I'm sorry. I am autistic. It's kind of like attention deficit disorder. It's kind of like ADHD or Asperger's syndrome. It's on the same spectrum, but it has more symptoms than either one of those. It's basically a more severe version of either one of those disabilities. The reason I can talk to you so well and talk to you pretty fluently is because I have grown accustomed to talking through 10 years of YouTube to a camera and a camera. I'm used to talking to a camera. I can't talk to people in person. My wife, I met her online. We had a long distance relationship. I was able to charm my way through that because I was in my comfort zone talking to to the computer. Well, no, I would never have gotten married. I don't think I wouldn't have been that lucky if I had to talk to someone in person. I don't think. But yeah, sorry. This is just my mind gets distracted and I veer off subject. It's like topic is here. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. Main quest here. This is actually where I am, more or less. But this game, Mega Man 64. Oh, you guys up there. Mega Man 64. The cool thing about that game is basically everything. It had improved graphics, not really improved. They didn't change much. They added, I think, it's aliasing. They sharpened up things a little bit, changed around some of the coloring. It just looks a little sharper overall. The game just looks a little sharper overall. And guys, feel free to text me or comment on anything in here. Like, talk to me. I want to talk to you guys. That's like the joy of my life. Interacting with fans, interacting with people in general. Like you guys through here, that is the joy of my life. Like that's why I have a Discord. That's why I comment and I talk to people in the comments and everything on my YouTube. I love talking to you guys. Like I have no social life. Seriously. So many other YouTubers and stuff would be like, "Oh, they don't even mention social life," but in reality, they don't have one. Just like me, I have no social life. I'm an IT guy. I work in a server room, and then I come home. I hang out with my kids, and I live stream. That's 6:06. Got about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, and I'm gonna go because I'm gonna feed my girls. They're hanging out downstairs. They're having fun playing Insta Lola. Every once in a while, I hear a loud noise of laughter. It's not loud enough for you guys to hear it through the camera, but I have been listening to it, and I do hear it. So I know they're having fun. It's happening about every 5 minutes, pretty on average. So they're having a good time. My girls are driving her crazy, probably. It's just a good, relaxing time for me for a few minutes. But no, I'm getting distracted. I get distracted again. I'm sorry. My mind wanders. It does. I'll jump to like 20 different topics within one live stream. It's just how my brain works. I apologize. So Mega Man 64. This game I played the hell out of. I played this game so much. This one. I'll show you the pictures on here. Okay, let me show you on the phone first. I'll go to the side. It was is that third person view, second person view? I don't know what that would be called. Where it follows one person locked onto them. It's about them. Is that second person? And then you got, oh, no, I keep doing that because I'm an idiot. There you go. I have to have it around here. There you go. And there you go. Nintendo seal of approval. Remember when that was the thing? That's still a thing. They don't have manuals anymore for games. I don't even know if they have the Nintendo seal of approval anymore. Now that they've opened up to the e-market, the internet, every game used to be really quality assured checked. What does that say? I'm getting my glasses. Sorry. I'm old. Honeycomb became a fan on Bigo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for sending the heart also, the like. Nobody's watching on YouTube. People will watch it later. I'm sure it's fine. I'm doing this for like 10 years and I still have in the 700s on subscribers. But no, on Bigo, I get a lot of people. Honeycomb, what is, like, I'm talking to you, I'm singling you out. What is your favorite console? Which console was your first console that introduced you to gaming? If you played video games at all growing up, which console introduced you to it? I've had a lot of people in different live streams tell me it was N64. That's kind of why I'm talking about N64 today. Put that over there. I'm going to talk about one that really blew everyone's mind growing up. This is a game. The next one I'm talking about really cemented in gaming for so many people. You all know what it's about. Not this one, the first game. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I used to have the N64 copy of it. Right now I have the GameCube copy of it. But well, I have 2 GameCube copies of it technically because I have both bonus edition discs. If you got the gold edition of like the early pre-order gold edition of Wind Waker, you got a bonus disc of Ocarina of Time and Ocarina of Time Master Quest for your GameCube. And if you pre-ordered Twilight Princess, then you got the bonus disc that had Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. It did not have Link's Awakening. I don't think it had. I think it had Link to the Past, if memory serves. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it had that as well. But I have both of those versions of Ocarina of Time. I lent my N64 copy of Ocarina of Time to a friend, and I never got it back. So that's just gone. That's just gone. I had a completed file too. I had everything unlocked, every heart container, every object. Was a little brokenhearted. I'm not gonna lie. And everyone, a lot more. It was like 20 more people since last time I checked. What's it? You mean what's up? I am just talking about N64. Dude, big smile. Tell me, what was your first game console that you played on for video games? Which one was the one that was most influential to you? Like personally, you. I'm genuinely curious to know. I like talking to everyone that's in here in the comments. Which one was the game console that really cemented in any kind of video gaming habits for you? For me, it was the Nintendo Entertainment System back in the late 80s, early 90s. Dendy first. I do not know what that means. I'm sorry. I know there's no console called that, but I don't know what that means. Typo? You're probably typing on a phone if you're doing this, so maybe it auto-corrected. Dendy first. Could that be autocorrect for Donkey Kong? There were a lot of Donkey Kong games. I loved a lot of them. I have one of them right here. Donkey Kong 64. I have Donkey Kong Country 2 in my cabinet over there, in my drawers over there. Those were great, by the way. But for me, the Nintendo Entertainment System, well, not my first console. My first console was the Atari 2600. But the Nintendo Entertainment System, sorry, I'm slurring my words. I've been drinking for a while. This is my fourth one of these where about that much was actual whiskey and the rest of it was Coke Zero. I've been doing this for about 2 hours now. So my words will slur and nothing will make sense as the words come out of my mouth, and I will slur a lot. I apologize. My sincere apologies to everyone on here that has to deal with my crap. I appreciate you though. Let's see. Oh, you have no consoles? Have you played any games before? What about a handheld system like the Game Boy? Hey, did you play Game Boy growing up? Or maybe where is it? There it is. Game Boy Advance? Or maybe sorry. Game Boy Advance this is the DS. Or the DS? Did you play any of them growing up? Tetris. Let's see. The Nintendo Entertainment System, the first console, and no, not this one. That's rubbish. It's not on there. And the original Game Boy. Those two both had the original Tetris. I loved that. My wife actually grew up playing Tetris on the Game Boy. That's what she played Tetris on growing up when she was a kid. And that was a great game. I played a lot of Tetris. I also played a lot of Dr. Mario, which was a lot like Tetris. It was basically Tetris on easy mode because you had 2-digit wide pills instead of 4-digit wide, and they weren't in different shapes. It was an incredibly lazy way of doing Tetris. But I loved it anyways. It was so good because it had a little bit more of a sense of humor than Tetris. And every little virus block had its own little personality, and it was great. And that's just one of my favorite things about it. Quick drink, guys, and Scottish cheers to you. Sláinte. Sláinte. Okay, just for everyone that's new on here, I'm live streaming to Bigo and YouTube same time. So far, I have one person actually watching on YouTube right now. Good to see you. So N64 is the console I've been talking about for most of the night. I was going to talk about Legend of Zelda For YouTube, I'll show you this. That's Majora's Mask. Down here on the phone for Bigo, I have, there it is, the box. I used to have a copy of Ocarina of Time for the N64, but I no longer do because I lent it to someone and I never got it back, unfortunately. But it was a great game and I played the crap out of it. I mean, I still have the GameCube releases for that. Oh, wait, Tech Gaming. And that's me. Oh, nice. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Sorry, I was just reading the comment. Oh, I also see you comment down there. Lost a lot of time playing the game. Oh, yeah, I played a lot of Tetris, man. I understand that feeling. I lost many an hour every day playing Tetris because I like to be able to complete things. I have a very obsessive personality. Talking to someone on Bigo right now for those watching on YouTube. But Tech Gaming, thank you so much for being here also. Tech Gaming, tell me, what console did you play growing up? What game console was the one that cemented your foundation in gaming? What made you the geek that you are today? For me, it was the Nintendo Entertainment System. I played a lot of Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, and Duck Hunt. Those were the best of the system, and they were just amazing. I loved them so much. But yeah, Duck Hunt was my jam. I swear, I so many hours lost in Duck Hunt. Let's see, the original Xbox for Tech Gaming on YouTube. So I'm live streaming in two places at once. I have down there. I'm gonna move my hand so both streams can see for Bigo and up there for YouTube. Invite fans. I don't even know how to do that. Sorry, I was reading a message that popped up. Oh, Halo. I remember Halo. I grew up playing Doom. Back in the early 90s, I played Doom and Doom 2 and Final Doom. That's what I kind of grew up playing. And then Half-Life, when it came out, I played a lot of Half-Life. I love Half-Life. It's such a good game. But the other shooters I played growing up would be these two. Turok Dinosaur Hunter and Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. There you guys go for Bigo. Nope, backwards. Oh, big smile on Bigo is saying that today I like playing computer games. Which computer games do you play? Do you have a certain one that just like is your obsession right now? Oh yeah, I was just talking about some of my retro games. For Tech Gaming up there on YouTube, I never throw away anything. I'm a pack rat, and I never throw away anything. Like I still have my legitimate original Game Boy right here. I have the box sitting right up there right now in my closet. I literally have the original box manuals and everything, cables for my original Game Boy sitting up there. I never throw away anything. I have my NES, my Atari, my Super Nintendo N64, Dreamcast, all that sitting in a box right now in the garage. I was digging through it the other day. Big Smile says The Division, Tom Clancy, and War Thunder. I have not played those. I actually haven't played a Tom Clancy game since the original Rainbow Six on PC. What was that, like in 2002, 2003? It's been a long time. No, maybe 2004 even. But those are fun. I remember them. I played Rainbow Six a long time ago. It's been a long time. Oh, you still have your original DS Blue, the thick one. Does it look like this DS on YouTube? There you go. I have a Generation 1 DS. I know I'm old. That's not even the oldest console I have. I also have my Game Boy Advance SP. I have an original Game Boy buried in my cupboard somewhere over there. And I have the old school Game Boy right here, which is from the mid to early 90s. I got all the game cartridges for it, like shoved in here. Boxes. I have all the original game cartridges for it shoved in here. Like Terminator. No, I got a bunch of stuff. I never throw away anything. I'm a complete pack rat. It's a bad habit, I know, but I don't care. Okay, so where was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, no, I never throw away anything. I'm a complete pack rat. Hey, you liked it also. Thank you so much for liking the stream. That's cool. But yeah, Legend of Zelda. I was talking about that. So, interesting fact, Legend of Zelda was not the first overworld, open world adventure RPG game. Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System was not the first game in that genre. It was actually the 1978 game Adventure. which I actually have. I have it downstairs with my Atari. I have a big old box about the size of a VCR that holds all my Atari games lined up. But Adventure was the first game to do that style of gameplay. It just did not look good. You couldn't tell what was what. The only way you'd ever understand what was happening on screen is through the manual. Because games were really old and they did not make much sense. But that game really cemented in that play style, that the type of control scheme, all that. You basically went and got a key or a weapon or a bridge, and you carried those items to where you needed them. Excuse me. And then you use those items, and a dragon would chase you and try and kill you while you're trying to unlock the final gate to get to the special goblet that you're trying to get. I think it was like the Holy Grail. I don't remember. It's been it's been like 30 years. So it's been a while since I've gone through that manual. But no, I actually think I have the original manual too. Yes, I do. I actually do have the manual. I remember seeing it last time I did a TikTok video. I went through my collection of Atari 2600 games on my TikTok. So you guys can check that out and you'll just kind of see my collection that I have for that. Because I opened up my box, I went through it all. But yeah, The Legend of Zelda, when it happened in 1986 in Japan, 1987 in America, which is when I was born. I got to play the game years after that. About when I was 5 is when my cousin upgraded to the to a newer console. And then it might have been Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo when he upgraded, and then I got his old console, my cousin's console. So then I got to play the game after that. And oh, there's 2 people watching actually. Dude, other person is watching. Come talk to me in the live chat. And everyone's watching on Bigo and in YouTube. Talk to me because I want to hear from you. Your original gaming system. What was the first gaming system you played that made you a gamer? What game did you play that made you a gamer? Tell me, please. So the original Legend of Zelda, that was the first game. Oh, someone named Rebecca became a fan. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining. But yeah, the original Legend of Zelda cemented in the overworld map for gaming. The overworld map where it was a big open world where you got to explore the landscape of the world you're in, then go inside areas to the dungeons. That was basically the game that really settled that gameplay style. It perfected it. Like just chef's kiss to Nintendo for that, because Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Mario and Zelda and a bunch of other very popular games, Pikmin, he's the one that really, really hammered in that nail. It was good. But with that game, they did such a good job, they didn't know where to go next, and they did Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, which they were trying to do different things with that same intellectual property, and then it failed. Well, let me, 1 second, I'm going to grab a thing so you guys can see. Okay. Here it is. So that game was The Legend of Zelda, the original one for the NES. Here it is, the original one, the gold cartridge. Funny thing is, the gray cartridge, the not rare one, is actually more rare than the gold cartridge because they made more copies of the gold cartridge than they did the gray. So the collectible edition of it is less rare than the non-collectible edition nowadays. So just a fun fact. And then the gold for Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. So there you guys go. Just so you guys kind of see coolness. But The Adventure of Link was really cool because it did the whole open world thing for the whole main above ground map. And then it went into a side-scroller action RPG style for the second part of it. And it really broke away from what everyone expected the game to be. So even though it did not do it perfectly, and a lot of people complained about it just not being as good as the first game because it was different than the first game, it really actually did a good job in honing in on a very different kind of game type than that had ever been done before. It had 2 different games in one. In one map, you had the overworld, you navigated it, you went through a maze, kind of, you avoided enemies, and then when you made contact with them, you went into this vast open... Sorry, it was like playing Mega Man as Link, basically. A side-scrolling adventure world. And it had these 2 different gameplay styles in a NES game. And I think it was still in the 80s. I think that was 1989. Is it? I have the cartridge right here. I'll just look. I have my cartridge here. Sorry. These don't have a year. Oh, wait. That can't be right. Why does it say 1985? I know for a fact Zelda 1 came out on 1986 in Japan. 1987. I don't remember what year it is. So they don't actually have the year the game came out on the case. That's interesting. A little disappointed, Nintendo. You're letting me down. We want to keep track of our archives. Okay. Other than that, moving on. After that, we had on the Game Boy. Here it is. The Adventure of Link. Legend of Zelda: The Adventure of Link, which was meant to originally just be a complete, like, one-to-one remake of the original Zelda. And then it turned into, I started talking about I started talking about N64 a long time ago on this, and it's completely turned into a Zelda documentary. Sorry. Then the Lynx Awakening, that's the game. It started as a clone of the original Legends of Zelda. They just wanted to port it. And then they improved the graphics, and they're like, hey, wait, we can do more with this. We can improve this in so many different ways, because technically the Game Boy has better hardware than the original NES. So the graphics are definitely improved. It looks great. And you have such a vast world in the game. There's so much you can do on it. And I see there's another new new viewer dropped out. I was gonna call them out and ask them about their favorite console. Also, although Alfego Perez, what is your favorite console? What game console did you start on as a kid? And what game did you start on as a kid? Tell me. I'm curious. For me, it was the Nintendo Entertainment System. Oh, and for everybody that's watching, if you're different people than were watching earlier, check out youtube.com/Evilzombie or go to evilzombie.net, because those are my things and that's where all my links are. YouTube is what I do mainly, but evilzombie.net has links to my Discord and my social media crap. And then also the YouTube, because the YouTube is my main thing. But yeah, moving on. After the Game Boy happened, let's see, the N64, Super Nintendo happened. And then we got The Adventure of Link, Legend of Zelda: The Adventure of Link, which played very much like a Final Fantasy game, except for it was more action RPG, top down, like action as it happened, like live action, like in the moment, instead of being a turn-based. So it was not a turn-based action game. It was an actually as it happened game. So it was basically the original Zelda, but improved in every conceivable way. They perfected that formula to a T. And that game it's just a thing of beauty. Do I have it in this Game Boy? No, that's the original Zelda. Sorry, I have it here somewhere. I have a bag here of old games because I'm a pack rat. I don't know any better, and please help me. I don't know. It's my kid's game. That is the hockey. Oh my goodness! Yeah, I have the Hobbit. Okay, it's lost forever. Okay, here we go. What? Fallback. Prayer. What does that mean? Sorry, I'm reading the comment on Vigo from Combing 146. What do you mean by fallback? Do you mean Fallout? Fallout games are fantastic. They're on PC. Those are great games. But what game was your first one that you played? Which console was your first console for gaming? Let me know. I'm reading your comments. Oh, follow back. Yeah, man. No problem at all. Oop. Boom, I followed you. Awesome. But yeah, please tell me in the comments right here. I know you're typing. Please tell me, what was your first video game console that you played? Which one cemented you as a geek forever? I'm curious to know. But yeah, Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. I'll continue my brief story of Zelda. Not Twilight Princess. Link to the Past. A Link to the Past is the was the Super Nintendo Zelda game that improved on every conceivable aspect of the original Zelda games. And it was so good. because it had a full story and it still let you have free roaming. You could go anywhere in the world. But the way they paced it was there was always an item that you couldn't get to the next area without the specific item. And that was a brilliant tactic because it kind of forced you to explore the whole world and then figure out by talking to the people what you need to do next. So you'd go to a certain area. It was absolutely ingenious. And then they copied that formula exactly when we got to N64. But before that, we got Link's Awakening happened before that. So after that, we got the N64. They copied the exact same formula as Link to the Past. Ocarina of Time is basically upgraded Link to the Past. I'm sorry if I offend you, but I don't care because it's a fact. But Ocarina of Time is Link to the Past, just improved graphically in another way. Because now instead of a top-down view like we've always had before, now we have a full 3D world. Again, like in Scotland, Sláinte. Cheers. Oh, so good. Okay, so in Ocarina of Time, we had a vast open world, and it was amazing. We could go literally anywhere. We could do literally anything. And the cool thing about it was we could do anything we wanted. We could be the character we wanted to be. And that was the cool thing. We didn't feel like we were stuck in one really strict storyline. We could make our own choices. We could go talk to whoever we wanted to talk to. Instead of like Ghostbusters for NES, we played as one character and ran through a level shooting things. And that's about it, and dodged a lot of things. But this game, Ocarina of Time, cemented in, it really set the foundation of that era of gaming was dead. It made us realize gaming can now be open exploration, and we can just relax in this world. We don't have to go from one crazy level to the next. We can take our time and move to the next area. Oh, how do you find me on Bigo Live? 1 second, my dude. I have a link here. Share. Okay. I'm going to find you on YouTube. Hold on, I'm going to pause the Bigo Live for 1 second, my dude. I'm going to go into YouTube. Oh my goodness, I don't know how to find this. Sorry, I exited out of Bigo for a second so I can find this and comment on the comment section with the link. Let me give you a link. Okay, okay, sorry guys, it's just gonna take 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how to share. Copy link. Boom. Okay, that should jump in there in a second. Cool. Now my link should jump in on the YouTube in a second, so you guys should see it. Oh, there we go. On YouTube now, my link is live for Bigo. So everyone from YouTube can join me on Bigo now. I'm live streaming in both places. So that should be good. And also, Veronica, thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate you being here. So now back to... Oh, wait, Tech Gaming. I see you. Oh, so cool. Now you're in 2 places at once. I have captured you. No. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Oh, where was I? I was talking about Ocarina of Time and how it kind of canceled out the entire old style, the entire old way of how we handled games. Because games were always by the level back in the NES games. Back in NES days and Super NES a lot of the time, except for like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, very specific games. Everything else was by the level. Like you beat level 1, you go to level 2, you can go to from point A to point B, then you go to level 3. The N64 canceled that, thanks largely to Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. And the cool thing about that was now we could relax. Video gaming was now a relaxing pastime because it had never been a relaxing activity before. Before that, it was always, okay, we are in this. We are going to improve. We are going to achieve this goal. Wait, there's too many women on top on the recommended live option of the stream. Yeah. No one is looking on my window. Nope, none of us can see what your window is, luckily for you. Hey, the popularity thing actually just jumped up a lot. That's really cool. But yeah, no, there's a lot of chicks on Bigo that are just talking. And the thing that bugs me is that half of them, some of them are legitimate, actually good streamers, but half of them, absolutely a solid half at the minimum, are lazy and they don't do jack shit. They don't talk to their streamers. Like, I'll jump into them every once in a while to see what I should do to improve my stream. Because I want, oh, hi, Honeycomb. Thank you for joining in on here. But I'll jump into a random stream every once in a while to see what I should do to improve my stream, to improve how I interact with people. And I'll watch it for a minute and I'll be like, this person hasn't said a single word in a minute. This person is an utter waste of life right now. So I back out of there then. I just leave their video because they just aren't entertaining. And I think the only reason literally half the people in the app are getting any popularity at all is because they're hot. And that's literally the only reason that they're getting views, because they're not talking. I even saw a person just literally eating. Like, they're sitting at a restaurant and they're eating food while they're live streaming. They're not even talking. They're just looking around and they're eating their fucking food. What the heck? Sorry for the language also. It frustrates me. I apologize for the language. It comes out sometimes. But yeah, no, they literally aren't talking to the people at all. Like, I'll even comment on there just to see if I can get an interaction from them. And nothing. Nothing at all. They don't even talk. It's like, dude, come on. You have a viewer. Your chat's scrolling up like crazy. You could stop it and scroll back and then talk to people. But they're just sitting there. And it just pisses me off. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it pisses me off, but it does. I get too opinionated about this. I'll probably back off from that. But I don't know. I figure, since I try hard to always talk, I try hard. I've been doing YouTube for at least a decade, literally a decade, a whole 10 years at the very minimum. I have videos all the way back to 2007, I think. Let me read that. That says I have my glasses. I can read today. Not sure why I even bother to join a stream with the streamer, not chatting and doing nothing. Right? They're not doing anything. And Ritzy, thank you for sending the heart. I appreciate you there. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's like, I don't know why they just feel like they can jump in on the live stream fad. I guess it is a fad, FAD, and then they just sit there and stare at the camera. I saw someone not even looking at different things, not interacting with other people around them. They're staring at their phone. They're staring at the camera on their phone, not doing jack shit. And they have 400 people watching them. And I'm like, why? I know she's hot, but who cares? Because it's like 30 seconds of my attention, and then I closed out because I was trying to figure out how to improve my stream. What I've learned so far is I need to be a hot girl. I'm nothing against hot women. There are several attractive women who are actually fantastic, legitimate streamers who try hard to improve their channels. Nothing against those people at all. If you try hard to improve your content, I appreciate you. I subscribe and follow several people like Melanie Mack, for example. She's on YouTube. She used to work for GameStop. She used to do gaming interviews at EA and different conventions. But she has always strived really difficultly, really hardly to. It's not even a word, hardly. No, she's always strived above and beyond to improve the content and quality of her channel in every way. She talks to the people. She goes on every comment and talks to people. It's ridiculous. She tries really hard. And that's a person I will happily follow and watch because she actually tries. But everybody else that is lazy and does not actually produce quality content, they can go get fucked because it's ridiculous. Everybody else that does not actually try and maintain their viewers, it's ridiculous. Why do they even have a channel, right, dude? What the heck? Oh my goodness. It frustrates me so much because I've been doing this. Literally, my first video is in I think it's in 2007. I've been doing this a long time. I'm doing YouTube a very long time, and it's frustrating when someone can go on just simply for the reason that they're hot and literally stare at the camera without saying a single word and get hundreds of people following them. It's ridiculous, but that's not gaming. I'm going to get away from it because it's ridiculous and I'm getting too sidetracked. I get sidetracked. My brain goes literally all over the place. I was talking about Zelda. Let's get back on track because Zelda, we were talking about Nintendo 64 and we're talking about gaming. Okay, so we were talking last about how Zelda Ocarina of Time really tore the entire gaming genre away from linear gaming, where we always felt like, oh yeah, what does that say? This is my first time being on Bigo Live. You're the first one to mention about it to me. Yeah, no, that's basically how it goes, right? But if you look around on Bigo Live for more than 10 minutes and you just jump from person to person, you'll totally notice it. Like, look at all the top people. You're gonna notice it. You're gonna see so many people that are not talking when you go in, and then they'll say something for a moment, and then there'll be nothing. It bugs me so much. Like, most of the dudes actually talk a lot. It's cool. A lot of the guys actually talk a lot. I mean, if they're not, they're working out. If I record live stream my workouts, which I can't right now because I tore a ligament, so I'm taking a couple weeks off. But people that work out a lot of time in between sets, they'll go and chat with you. But people that are just like eating, things like that, it bothers me. I don't know. I just feel like they're not actually working for the people. They're not entertaining. Because if you're live streaming, you should be entertaining the people that you're live streaming to. It's a common courtesy, you know? You should be trying to chat with people. I mean, I grew up in the desert. I grew up literally 45 miles away from the nearest city. So this is my social life. I have no other social life. This is it. I chat with you guys. This is awesome. This is like, I appreciate all of you. You are my treasures because I grew up with nobody. My sister didn't play games with me. She was a couple years ahead of me. She didn't play video games. She went out of the house. She went away and then she hung out with all her friends. I was alone growing up. So this is my interaction. This is how I chat with people. And other than my girls. I'm actually going to go in a couple of minutes because I really got to make them. I think their Lola already made them dinner. I heard the kitchen down there earlier, a second ago. But I'll go down there in a minute and check on them and see how they're all doing. Because I got. Sorry, I heard a yell for a second there. It sounded like a happy yell, but I wanted to be sure. Sorry, my girls always come first. But yeah, no, I'll go down there in a second, hang out with them for a while, and then just be hanging out with my family. You know, it's going to be good. But quickly, back on the track. I was chatting about first anyone that's new on here. There are several new people on here. Anyone that's new, what was your first game console? Which game cemented you in gaming forever? Which game made you a geek? For me, of course, it was The Legend of Zelda from the Nintendo Entertainment System. Back in 1986 is when this game came out, but I played it in the early 90s because that's when I got the console. I had the Atari 2600 before that, and I still have my working Atari 2600. It still works. I have it in the garage, but I've tested it out. It does work. It turns on fine. The console's a beast. It's never going to die. It's going to outlive me, I'm pretty sure. Just like this Game Boy. My Game Boy is never going to die. This thing is going to outlive me. I mean, it works. It works just like day one. I still have my box up there. But Zelda Ocarina of Time changed so much about what we know about gaming. It also added such a deep narrative. Which one sounds better? Narrative. I'm going to go with that. But it basically adds so much of that where it changed how we view RPG games in general. So now we don't have to have a very linear story. We can say you have side quests, which were basically added in that game. And then now you can also do the main story and improve that, but after you do the things you want to do. And that is entirely the premise of Majora's Mask. It was a long transition. I apologize, but we're here. Also for YouTube up there, I have a camera pointing down towards me. And then I have this one. I really need to adjust my lens. I don't think it's actually focused in on me quite correctly. I have to look at that. If it's a 4K lens, it should be very clear, but it looks a little blurry. That bugs me. I don't like it when my people have subpar quality. I work hard on that. I mean, my audio quality, I have it keyed in because I have on my YouTube, I have a UMC 202 HD plugged into a Phantom Power supply, a dedicated box. So it's not actually just going through the interface; it's its own dedicated unit. And that's plugged into a mic booster, a Clark Technic CM1 um, microphone booster for dynamic microphones like this one. For everyone watching on YouTube, you can see that microphone clearly. For you guys, you can kind of see the microphone. It's the MXL BCD1 microphone. It's a great microphone. It has a nice deep tone to it. It has decent range. I think it's 20 hertz to 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz range for its actual audio. And I try really hard. Let's see, is it possible to use OBS on Bigo Live and stream from there? Almost. Actually, almost, buddy. Tech Gaming. So on their website, they say that OBS is coming soon. I don't know what that means, but they have the only thing that you can do from a computer with Bigo is gaming. I've actually tried live stream gaming before on there. I live streamed some Skyrim. I got maybe 8 people to watch consistently. In total, I had like 60 people throughout the night. It was fun. We had a good time. I went through dungeons, but yeah, no. They say coming soon is OBS, so it's not perfected yet. They haven't gotten it. I don't know why they don't just add it. So that's probably coming soon. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to use it when it comes because then I'm just going to live stream on OBS for everything. I look forward to it immensely. I'm really hoping it comes because that's going to be great because I can live stream so much crap. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, where was I? I keep jumping back and forth between topics. Oh yeah. I haven't even talked about this. So side quests. Side quests is the name of the game for Majora's Mask. Basically, they didn't have any time at all. They had a very short time to make this game because Nintendo was like, "Hey guys, make us a game in like 6 months or 8 months or something." And they're like, "Okay, what do we have? We have everything from Ocarina of Time." So they copied and pasted every asset from that game into a new game, changed the map, and then made a repeating day cycle. So you had 4 days that were longer than the Ocarina of Time days, but you could repeat them. And the cool thing about that was now you could do things and unlock things and bring them to the next day with you. And the whole point of the game was to unlock things through side quests. So that's where it strayed off from our normal path we were used to. The entire game had to be achieved by doing side quests because that's how you got all the cool crap. You did side quests to unlock better things to help with the main quest because you had 3 days till you die. But you had a time machine to go back to the beginning of 3 days and you repeated, but everything you did reset at the beginning of those 3 days. So you got better and better and better at it. And that, what was, oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me change. My light just freaked out on me. Ah. Okay, my dudes. Also, 1 second. I have to use the restroom again. 45 seconds. Go ahead and count. Okay, I'm back. Oh, what is that? That's the thing. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that brief delay, guys. Appreciate you for sticking around. Actually, there's more people here than there were earlier. Why is there more people when I'm gone? What's with you guys? No, sorry, I drink a lot of liquids throughout the day. I have a gallon of water every day. I've had like 4 of these where actually literally this much of it is whiskey and the rest of it's Coke Zero. Had that many of those. So I'm in a chipper mood. I'm in a very good mood. But yeah, we were talking about Majora's Mask last. And tech gaming, I hope you're still here. I've been having fun talking to you. But yeah, we were talking about Majora's Mask, how it stripped away, basically, it ripped itself away from even more than Ocarina of Time, from traditional style of gaming. The chair was working on the stream for you while you were out. Yes, it was. You have no idea what this chair can do. It's really on a whole nother level. This chair is its own personal entity. It has its own backstory too. We call it Frank. No, actually, honestly, there is a chair in my gaming history called Frank. In Araya, which is Taiwanese. Yeah, I think that was a Taiwanese game. A game, no, Indonesia, I think. No, Malaysia. Sorry. No, Indonesia. Yes. So I had to think of it for a second there. Indonesia. Araya is a game from Indonesia where there's also one scene several times throughout the entire game where a wheelchair comes rolling out from somewhere to try and jump scare you. I officially named that wheelchair Frank. So, because it was a reoccurring character, what am I going to do? I have to give it a name, of course. So that wheelchair is now Frank. And yeah, no, so just the chair, since it has wheels, I'm calling it Frank. This is Frank the chair. So everyone say hi, Frank. Well, yeah, no, Frank was entertaining the live stream in my absence. So there you go. But moving on from Majora's Mask. After that, oh my goodness, what was it? After that, we had an official Nintendo releases. I think we had Twilight Princess, I think was the next one, right? I'm pretty sure it was Twilight Princess off the top of my head. That was a fantastic game. That was such an improvement. Like, it took everything from Ocarina of Time specifically. No, it took everything from Ocarina of Time and... No, it wasn't Twilight Princess. It was Wind Waker. I'm an idiot. That one took from Ocarina of Time. Twilight Princess took from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. It really mixed the two into the narrative, the way it does the narrative. And Ollie, thank you for sending the like on here, and thank you for joining. I see you. And Pia and Evie, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you being here. But for GameCube, we got Wind Waker, which I honestly actually still have my gigantic map which came with the player's guide that showed all 50 islands and everything. I played the crap out of that game. But Wind Waker was cool because it basically took Ocarina of Time and just expanded it into a new story, new setting, new time, and it just vastly increased what was already there in Ocarina of Time, just above the water. And there were 50 squares you could visit. There were literally 50 islands in this game. And that blew my mind with how big the game was in scale. Still, it's even the only game that's bigger than it is Breath of the Wild. But even so, Breath of the Wild might not technically be bigger in map size because you run a lot slower than you fly by boat when you're zooming across the lands. Really, it might be about the same size in square miles. I can talk, I swear. Sorry. But yeah, in Wind Waker, it was really cool because everyone was really skeptical at first. Since the graphic style took a complete 180, they went the exact opposite direction in realism, and they went for an entire cartoony look. And they stopped focusing entirely on realism, and they went for more emotions. They went to try and make you connect with the characters by having a flat face that they could draw different emotions on. And the cool thing about that was you could see when Link was scared. You could feel and see how he was feeling. If he was upset, angry, because his face would change and have more subtleties. And that was the cool thing about it. Even though it was a cartoony graphic style, it had more depth. And then they could have so much more game and area for us to see because it wasn't as hard to render. So that happened. And then what we got later on was more of an improvement on everything that Majora's Mask did with Twilight Princess. It was dark, it was gritty, it was different. It was ridiculously long. To get past the intro to the game, it took you 3 hours. That was just a damn intro. Sorry for the language. Apologies. But the introduction to the game, before you even turn into a wolf, it's like 3 hours long. That's just the start of the game. And then you have another 17 hours on top of that. It's a great game. It's a massive game. There's so much to do, but it basically built on top of the worlds that we knew before and pushed them out to depths that we never knew possible. And it made the world just so much more fun to explore. And then it had this realistic, gritty depth to it. So now it felt like we had dire consequences. The world was in turmoil. And Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess felt like a dark, gritty, despairing world for the first time. So that was the cool thing about it. And that is honestly one of my favorite Zelda games that I always go back to, just remembering how much I enjoyed the process of getting there. The only thing that sucked in it was the special item that you had to earn. The whatever, the magical armor sucked. Magical armor sucked. Don't even bother with that quest. It's ridiculous. Instead of getting damaged, it takes away your rupees, so you have to have a crap ton of money to not get damaged. The big Goron sword from Ocarina of Time and the Great Fairy sword from Majora's Mask were vastly superior objects that you had to earn by doing hard work. Those were the items in those. It was cool swords that made you overpowered, but they figured you already had enough power in what's it called? Twilight Princess, so they're just going to give you a cool suit of armor that drains out your money. And that's all it did. It took a long time to get. It was hard to get, just like the big Goron sword. You had timed events and everything, but you got a damn suit of armor that doesn't do jack. Hey, I completed a live task. I don't know. I click on the thing. I don't know what that is. Sure, I'll claim a thingy. It says I can claim a thing. Oh, I'm going to go back on that because I want to talk to you guys. There we go. The thing popped up on screen. I was looking at it for a second. My apologies. And then Skyward Sword happened after Twilight Princess, but I can't tell you about that because I never played Skyward Sword. I moved the desk. I'm sorry. That's for the people on YouTube, not for the people on Bigo. So people on YouTube, sorry I interrupted your audio so bad because the microphone picks up everything I touch on the desk. But no, Skyward Sword I honestly never played. I wanted to. It seemed too goofy at first. I just never jumped into it. And then the new console happened, the Wii U happened, and I just never got back to it. I really need to go back and track it down, see if I can find a copy of that. Because it would be fun to play. I'm curious, because I always enjoy it. I've enjoyed every Zelda game I've played. One of my friends online sent me a copy of Breath of the Wild for the Wii U because they already had a Switch copy. So they had this one as an extra, and I've played that version, and it blew me away. I love the game. It's actually really cool. I did a couple of live streams of that one on my YouTube channel. With that, it took everything from it went back in time to the original game in its concept. And it basically just said, okay, forget the towns, forget the people, forget the side quests. You know what? Instead of forget the side quests, add more side quests, but without the people. And then maybe throw a few people in there, but forget the people. And then give us a big world that we can just roam around in. I swear to you, that is literally how this game feels. The entire train of thought right there is about as accurate as I can get. Every time where they go back on what they say, that's how the game feels. But it's so wonderful. It's so good. Breath of the Wild is fantastic. It's Skyrim Zelda. And Rindu, thank you so much for joining in on the live stream and for giving me a like on there. I appreciate you so much. And yes, I watch everyone down there. Every comment I see going by, I'm reading it. Every name that someone that's joined, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Tell me, what was your first console? What was your first video game console that you played? What game cemented in gaming for you as a gamer? Which one was the most memorable to you? For me, it was probably on the original Nintendo Entertainment System, The Legend of Zelda, which is what I've basically been talking about for the past hour. Oh, my wife sent me a message on Facebook, but I can't close out of it because I'm talking on here, so I gotta zoom over on my computer. Luckily, I have my computer going at the same time. Yay, technology. Oh, you play Candy Crush. Have you ever played any consoles before? Or was that before your time? But there's nothing against you. My wife doesn't play games. She played Tetris on the original Game Boy. Yes, I have my old consoles just literally sitting on my desk. Like this one is the Powkiddy V90. It's basically an emulation console which plays everything. I have Game Boy Advance SP right here. I have it's somewhere around here. Oh, no, it's right here. Nintendo DS right here. I have consoles everywhere. Oh yeah, my free time game, it's called Shattered Pixel Dungeon. That's the game I play in my free time right now. And you should check that game out. It's free. Shattered Pixel Dungeon is kind of like Zelda, mixed with Diablo. It's like Diablo mixed with the first Zelda game where it's all 2D. It's incredibly just you look down on everything, but it's so ridiculously addicting. It's good. It's like the best free game ever because the whole game is there. There's nothing to buy. It's just good. So go check that one out. That's one of my favorites personally. I play it all the time. Shattered Pixel Dungeon. Wow, I blasted through like 30% of my battery on the stream. I'm actually curious of how much I've. Oh, my YouTube's over there. Oh, about an hour and a half. Not bad. Not bad. But yeah, that's a game I would highly suggest you play just because it's fun and it auto saves every time you do anything. Hey, Jack's here. What's up, dude? You missed like an hour and a half of me talking about Zelda. But yeah, it's good to see you. I'm actually live streaming on YouTube down here, or sorry, Bigo down here and YouTube up there. I'm just going to try and start doing this from now on. I have 2 streams going on at one time and I can talk to people everywhere. But yeah, nice to see you, man. I've been asking people the entire time what their first console was in gaming and what got them into gaming in the first place. For me, it was The Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo Entertainment System, which you've seen me show last time. This one. And I absolutely love the game. Are you streaming on YouTube? Yes, I am. I'm streaming on YouTube right now. YouTube.com/Evilzombie. I have a stream going on both places right now. I'm just going to start doing that pretty much all the time. Hey, my heart's reached 100. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for whoever liked it. And another person, their thing looks like a smiley face. Thank you for joining. But I can see on the YouTube, nobody's watching on YouTube right now, but it's fine. I just keep it running because I have it set to archive all my live streams. So afterwards, it just saves it and then uploads it to the channel so people can go back and watch whatever I've done. So it's fine. That way people can still see it and I can still get more content out to the people. You know, it's fun. But I mostly just do YouTube for myself. It's mostly my self therapy, more or less. But I've been talking a lot about Zelda. The last one we were talking about was actually, I think I worked my way through the entire series. I was talking about Breath of the Wild, and I started all the way on the original game Adventure, which is not Zelda, but it's what influenced Zelda. Oh, you sent 100 hearts? Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Sorry, I was just reading all the stuff on there at the same time. My phone's a little bit away from me. But yeah, on what's it called? I had a brain fart. I had a complete idea, a whole thought on Zelda. My brain goes all over the place. Oh, and also off topic. Think I think I've narrowed my search for a new retro gaming handheld down. Like, of course, I've shown everyone my Game Boy. And occasionally I also bust out my original game. Wait, play. Oh, for YouTube? Oh, dude, youtube.com/evilzombie. Just go to my main YouTube or go to evilzombie.net. Then you can find my YouTube from there. Yeah, I can probably type in here. Let me type in here, buddy. Hold on, one second, buddy. YouTube. Oh, wait. I have big fingers and I can't type on these little screens. .com/ where's over there? youtube.com/evilzombie. There you go. That's where you're going. Yeah, every time a social media comes into comes into existence, I snatch up that that name everywhere. So I'm Evil Zombie everywhere. Like that's how you'll recognize me anywhere I'm in. On Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat. Like Snapchat's Evil Zombie underscore SN. TikTok is Evil Zombie underscore TT. Twitter is Evil Zombie underscore TW. Instagram is Evil Zombie underscore IG. Oh, nice. And make sure you check out all my other videos. Maybe not all of them because it's a lot of videos. I've been doing this since like 2007. We got like 1,200 videos on there. Sorry. There's a lot. There's a lot of videos. I apologize for my poor organization. Oh, thank you for subbing. I appreciate that, man. Wow, we have like 93 people in here. That's a crap ton of people. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all being here. But yeah, on YouTube, I try and organize. Every time I do a new game, I have a playlist set up. I make a whole playlist just for that game. Like Doom 2016, I did a whole playlist just for that game. For Doom Eternal, I did a whole playlist for that. Resident Evil, every single Resident Evil game, I did a different playlist for. So hopefully, everything when you go to the playlist section or tab, you can find everything. Oh yeah, I finished the main story for Evil Within. Now I'm doing the DLC. I'm on the second DLC right now. I already finished the second DLC and just having the videos post. And on Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to finish recording the DLC so that I can have the rest of the videos go up automatically. And then I try and do like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, that way I can kind of have a set schedule. But yeah, I'm having Evil Within play and I've been having a great time with the game. Like it's genuinely been just a delightful game. I've been having a great time with it. Oh, quick drink. Slancha. But yeah, I love the Evil Within. I own the second game. I have not played the second game. I haven't opened it. I haven't started even once on my machine, but I've been saving it for when I finish the first game, so I can jump right into it when I finish the first game. Honestly, when it comes to survival horror, my wait, Cold War. I don't think I played that. Let me look that up real quick. I have a computer in front of me. I don't know why I don't just look. What game is this? Call of Duty? I have not played a Call of Duty game since Call of Duty 2. That was a long time ago. Not Call of Duty subtitle 2 or subtext, just literally Call of Duty 2 when it was all World War II. That was the last time I played a Call of Duty game. I know it's embarrassing. It's been a long time since I played a COD game. I need to play more of them at some point. Oh yeah, I back then they didn't really have a storyline. There wasn't a cohesive storyline from COD game to COD game. Back then it was all just a reenactment of cool battles from World War II. That was about it. That's as deep as the game got. But yeah, I was always thinking of going back. My nephew told me recently that he was playing through Call of Duty. I think actually that might be the one he was playing. He was also playing the Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six Siege. Two of my nephews were playing together, always fighting each other. Asked me to join them online, but I don't own the game. I own World War Z and I own Back for Blood, which is like Left 4 Dead 2. I own those games, and then recently I played those with them, which is fun. I'm a zombie fan, but I hadn't played those ones yet. Oh yeah, Rainbow Six Siege. One of my other subscribers, Nickel Hydra on YouTube, He was talking to me about Rainbow Six Siege. I just watched his live stream on that. He's been playing like in the past week. He's already gotten 100 hours in the game. Like it's a lot of hours. Like that's all he's been playing. But he's good at it. He's really good, and his live stream is fun. I've watched a few episodes of it whenever I have time. Um, he's one of my fans on YouTube and all that, and I chat with him all the time in Discord. Cool guy. And like whenever someone's talking to me, I like to go and interact with them and see what they're doing. Also, I like to watch their channel because I don't know, it's more fun that way, because then it's more like a community. It's not like me talking to people. 1 second, my dudes. My wife messaged me, and I have it open on my computer, so I don't need to close anything because computers are awesome. Hi, my love. There we go. All right, 1 second, my dudes. This on my back is doing pretty good because she was asking me. Oh yeah, so I'm sure it's a good game though, dude. I just haven't gotten it yet, so I haven't gotten a chance to play it. The shooters I mostly play are limited to Doom and Doom. I play a lot of Doom. I go back and play Doom all the time. I even go play the original Doom with a lot of mods to make it feel like a modern game, like brutal Doom. Yeah, brutal Doom 3.0. That's my jam. It's like no, sorry, Project Brutality 3.0. Brutal Doom. It's like Brutal Doom. Project Brutality is like an improved Brutal Doom. Go check out videos on that. It's amazing. Project Brutality 3.0. Or just go look at my videos because I've recorded it. It's in a playlist somewhere. Hold on 1 second, my dudes. My back is doing pretty good today. There we go. I'm just talking to my wife at the same time. I'm going to leave that open. Oh, no, I'll go into my YouTube so I can see if someone comments on there. But actually, honestly, dude. Oh, yeah, you play Mobile Legends? And Sandy Hulan, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being on here. It's cool to see more people joining in. But let's see, Jack, you play Mobile Legends. I have honestly not played that one before. I have heard of it. I've just not installed it. The game I play most often on the phone, is probably Shattered Pixel Dungeon. That's probably the game I play most often on the handheld, or sorry, on the phone. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to get. I'm going to look what the controller's called. There's two things I'm going to get. I'm going to buy soon. Oh, my wife texted back. Oh, she's doing good today. Oh, good. I'm happy about that. Retro handhelds. Okay, that one. And called the X2 from what the hell is it? Game Sir. That's what it's called. The Game Sir X2. So I was looking at a handheld console. Wow, 5 versus 5. That's actually pretty cool. 5v5. I remember back in the day when I was in college, we had Unreal Tournament 2004. And in that game, I used to bring in my my actual home computer. I carried it. I was the president of the game and anime club in my college, and I used to set up events. I would buy a game, or I would use like the school or like the club budget sometimes to buy a game, and then I would hold a competition in different online games. Sometimes it was Unreal Tournament 2004. And the cool thing about that is I would not play the game because I was the best in the class. I played it too much, I admit. Like I would set it on 32 godlike level characters, and I would actually hold my own for a while. So I was not allowed to play, but I let everybody else play, all my team members, and they would compete, and one of them would win a game. Like one time, I had the game Crisis when that first came out. I had that up for the prize, and one person walked away holding a copy of Crisis. I was like, "Here you go, dude! You just won a game." But yeah, we would just do that in our college. It was a great time. I'd have anime play on a big. I own a projector screen. I still own projector screens. I have like 3 different kinds, but I'd blast it a different show every day, every club meeting on the wall of the room we were meeting in. I took up an entire wall just for anime, and then we'd play games on another wall. I'd have a couple of projectors going at once, or I'd rent a TV. I'd have something going all the time. But yeah, that's something we would just do all the time. But we would have 32 people total. So really, No, we would have maybe 20 to 32 people playing at once. I would take over the computer lab. I got permission from my college. I was at DeVry to just invade the computer lab. And I'm like, I'm doing a club event. I need this entire room for like 3 hours straight. Sorry, guys. And then let me do it. But yeah, I land up all our stuff. I disconnected everything from the school network and I hooked it all up. I have a lot of tech gear, let's just say. But I have a lot of really good network switches. I land us all together in a LAN connection. We played a massive local area network game for Unreal Tournament 2004 until we had a definite winner, and that person walked away with games. Every few weeks we would do that, and it was great. I had a lot of people in that club. I think I had almost 50 people in the club, and this is just a college club, though people would attend every week in a room. We had a lot of people. I'd bring pizza. We'd all just have pizza while watching anime sometimes, or we'd be playing games. I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job as a club leader, you know? Let's see. In Facebook gaming, North America, US people streaming. ML. What's ML mean? First, I thought Modern Warfare, but I'm like, no, W is on a different side of the keyboard than L. Oh, Mobile Legends. Okay. Okay. Nice. I don't think I played that one either. I'm so behind time. I've always avoided like most of the games that are popular. Mostly because I just enjoy playing like certain games that interest me. Most of the games like League of Legends or what's a new one, Genshin Impact or Fortnite, they never really interested me, you know? So I never really checked out the games or played them that much at all. I just never installed them on my machine. Because I've always been a PC gamer at heart. I have a lot of Nintendo consoles too, but I just never got into the mainstream online gaming because I grew up in a desert with a really crappy internet. So like my multiplayer experience was Donkey Kong Country 2, where you had a person sitting next to you if you had multiplayer at all. So I really just never got into multiplayer games overall. It never really interested me in the long run, you know? I got check on what my wife said. Oh, controllers. And I got to check over here, see if anyone commented. Nope. Oh, wait, there's one person watching on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube watcher. I appreciate you so much. Search Granger Top 1 gameplay. I'm going to search that real quick just so I have it and I can watch it later. 1 second, my dude. Top 1 gameplay ML. Loading? Maybe loading? Not loading. Maybe loading. Copy and paste. 1 second, my dude. I have it open YouTube Studio. I just realized I'm an idiot. I'm a complete I'm a complete idiot. There we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So Mobile Maba, Arga, Cabrella. There's a few people that pop up on here. So I'll see that in a second. I'll go look up some of those videos in a bit. But now I have it open on my thing so I can see it. Did I not type that correctly because I'm an idiot? Oh nope, I didn't put the L. Okay, I am an idiot. Oh, it didn't change anything. It's fine. It's fine. It didn't change the results at all. Oh, but like I was saying before, there's a couple things I was debating on getting. So in before I was talking to you guys about retro handhelds. Like there are several retro handhelds for those people that were not part of that stream. First, of course, we have the original Game Boy. Here it is in all its original amazing glory. This thing will outlive me and my children because this thing is an indestructible beast. Nothing will kill this thing. I love it. I love it so much. After that, we have boom, the Game Boy Advance. I have an original Game Boy Advance buried in my cupboard over there. I have the DS. I have a DS Lite also buried in my cupboard over there. Oh, I forgot to have my YouTube video window open so I can show them too. Boom. So there's the Game Boy. I gotta think of everybody. Sorry. Game Boy Advance. And then we got DS. I have a DS Lite over there. But then I started branching out. And I realized DS is one of my favorite. Oh, the DS is amazing. I love the DS. That's when Nintendo really caught on the groove of handheld gaming. I mean, the original Game Boy did great. Game Boy Color blew everyone's minds because we had games in color. And we could play all our original games still, but now it was color. I loved it. It was so cool. Even though we had like the Sega Saturn, or sorry, it's the Sega Game Gear. We had so many other cool new things coming out. Nobody cared because Nintendo already dominated that market for like the past 2 years. It was ridiculous. They already owned the market. So everything they're releasing this old piece of hardware that was not comparing it all to the newer stuff, it still dominated it just because we had such a massive variety of games. Like by the time we already owned everything and they kept releasing stuff for it, they just supported the console for years. But after those consoles, recently I started getting into emulation consoles because I don't want to carry my sorry. Most of these consoles are actually pretty sturdy. They survive international shipping, and I'm not that worried about them, honestly. But I literally carry around a little fanny pack full of games. I literally carry around a big bag of games because, for everyone on YouTube, I'm going to show you. Boom, big bag of games. Because it's just nice to be able to access all my games. But then I started getting into emulation consoles because I've always been aware of emulation on computer. And if you own a game, why not back it up and play it on an emulation system? You know, it's actually perfectly legal that way to have a backup copy of your game that you own. That's actually legal. So cool FYI for you. But then I got this for my girls. I got 2 of these, and these are for each of my girls. And these basically play for YouTube. There you go. These basically play all. Well, let's see. I'm gonna go down all the old Nintendo Entertainment System games. First, Super Mario. Boom. There you go. You see Super Mario Brothers, and it runs fine. It plays fine. It actually works really good. Speakers are complete and utter crap. It sounds terrible. Hey, there's 2 people on YouTube now. Thank you guys for being here. Danny. Oh, Danny, what's up? On TikTok? No, I'm not streaming. Do I have streaming on TikTok? I don't know if I even have streaming on TikTok. I have to look that up and see if that's a thing for my profile. I honestly have no idea. Hey, Jack, you're on YouTube too. It's cool to see everybody on both platforms. But yeah, Danny, everyone else that's watching, that's my cousin. That's so cool to see on here. But yeah, I'm doing this on here and on Bigo Live. I'm streaming in 2 places at once. I'm just talking about video games, basically. I'm going to go in a few minutes, and feed my girl. Or no, they've already eaten them, sure. I'm sure their grandma fed them downstairs. I'm not too worried because she's watching them for me. She already knows by now I'm drunk, and by now I'm just live streaming because I had a long day. I'm relaxing at home now, and I'm finally done with the day. I'm sitting in my chair, and I'm not moving for a while because I'm sore and in pain. Last Monday, I tore a ligament in my back, so I'm not moving. Basically, I'm either high on lots of painkillers or heating up my back. I have like a hot pad, and in the evening, sometimes I'll have a drink like whiskey, and it'll kind of loosen things up. But that's basically how I'm coping with the pain, because it just kind of always hurts. You just can't get comfortable when you have like a stabbing pain in your back. But that's not what I'm talking about today. It's not my topic. I've had like 10 topics today. I apologize. Oh, Danny, check it out. Original Game Boy. Old school for the win. Gotta love it. And it still works. Still works perfectly. But everyone on Bigo and all that stuff I was talking about. Oh yeah, Danny, how's Stefan? I haven't heard from him in forever. You and Stefan need to come by and visit sometime. Come down to South California. Come hang out with me. It'd be cool. We need to play some games. Be good. Okay, back to the topic. Sorry. I'll talk to you on the what's it called? The TikTok. Sorry, I'm old now. I'm really old. Talking on TikTok messaging. I remember everything as messaging. So I got this. This plays everything well enough, and it does it pretty. The screen is pretty impressive. Like the screen quality on this is honestly better than the Game Boy Advance SP, which I'm turning on both for you right now, so I can kind of compare it to you. Oh no! I opened it in Chinese. I want it in English. Okay, there we go. It's in English. Boom. Okay, so you guys can see just this brief example. Wait, there it is. You can kind of just see the screen quality difference. And because the original official Game Boy, well, it's a better build quality overall, and the hardware is almost in every way. Oh, Jack, thank you so much for sending 500 hearts. Wow, you liked it a lot. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. You're sending, let's see, the hardware, the plastic is better quality, the speakers better quality, the buttons are better quality. This is from Powkitty, and Powkitty's known for cutting corners and being cheap ass shits. Sorry for the language, I apologize. But Powkitty, the company, is a Chinese company that makes retro handhelds. They're known for cutting corners. Oh, thank you for sending the gift. That's cool, man. On Bigo, thank you. But they made a mean quality handheld though. This is one of my favorites because it's the exact same, or it's a little smaller. It's a little more pocketable than the official Game Boy Advance SP, and it can do so much more because I can play everything from PlayStation 1 and below on this. But what I'm doing next is I'm upgrading. Soon to either the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus. I was looking at the GameSir X2 to it's a controller for the game. Oh, and Jesse Truitt. Thank you for joining in and liking. And also thank you, Marino. I can't pronounce your last name. I don't want to say that wrong. Cifuentes? I said it wrong anyways. I'm sorry. I apologize. On not TikTok. This isn't TikTok. Oh wow, there's a bunch of things. I gotta scroll up. Sorry. Sending gift to Evilzombie. Oh, you sent a gift. Thank you so much. Oh, and beans. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Oh, we're at 94 people. That's so many people. Thank you guys for being 97 people. Like we're even 100 people. Every time I say the number of people, it seems I just need to keep saying the word people. Apparently, it keeps growing more. I appreciate you guys being here. I was talking about what retro handheld console I might upgrade to next. And the person joined on the YouTube too. That's awesome. But I was thinking because for my retro handheld, I started on, like I said, the Game Boy Advance SP, Nintendo DS. I have a DS Lite, all that stuff. Then I got my girls a couple of these. I got one also. These are like $8 to $15 a piece on like Wish or AliExpress, any of those cheap Chinese marketing websites where there's like 500 NES games included on their Nintendo Entertainment Systems. So they all look terrible. Nothing on these looks good, but they exist and they're cheap. But the buttons are not too bad. They're kind of squishy buttons. The buttons are kind of squishy. They could improve them. There's no L and R button, so it's only Nintendo Entertainment System. I don't even know why they had the extra two buttons like the Super Nintendo. They don't need an X and a Y button. There's no games that support it on the system. Oh, and a couple more people joined. Thank you guys for being here. And Jesse for becoming a fan. Thank you. But for a while, I've been using the Powkitty V90, which supports everything from PlayStation 1 and down. It actually does you can do full on PlayStation 1 games because it does have both an L2 and an R2 button and L1, R1. So you have two shoulder buttons in total. So it can do full games, which is, I think is awesome. And there's no joystick. So get used to the D-pad. But other than that, but what I'm going to do soon is I'm going to upgrade. I'm upgrading and I'm figuring out which system to upgrade to for my retro gaming obsession. Obsession is the word I'm settling on here because it's probably the most accurate and probably the most honest one I can settle on. Oh, and let me check and see how my wife is doing. She messaged me. Sorry. Happy wife, happy life. Wife comes first. Whenever she messages me, I check it because that's the most important thing. Wow. What the heck? 1,000 hearts total? I don't think that's ever actually happened before on my thing. Thank you, man. That's awesome. Anybody else who's also sent them? That's quite spectacular. Oh, I see a little thing on the comment. I can't touch it. Sorry, I'm seeing what it says. Jesse Truitt sent me event gifts for the first time during this event. You're rewarded with 10 benefit points. I don't know what those are. Thank you. I appreciate you. Dude, that's a sincere... Oh, I'm pressing things. I pressed things. I don't know how to get out of it. There we go. I did it. I had things coming on both sides of the screen. There's so many things you can do in Bigo. I also got to check on my YouTube live stream. Cool. Nothing new. Okay, replying to my wife. Sorry, there's a lot of different things happening. I got 2 giant 40-inch monitors with multiple windows spread across. It's not a good mixture. I'm gonna drag over the YouTube live stream over to that monitor, and I got my Facebook over here so I can talk to my wife at the same time. I was talking to my wife. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so you're heading out. Okay, bye, Evilzombie. I'm heading out. Got to go. Bye. See you later. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, man. I appreciate you, Jack. It's always good to see you. It's always good to chat with you. I always have fun chatting with you, man. Have a good evening. Keep being awesome, man. I appreciate you. Let's see, where did I leave the live stream? Oh no, so I'm an idiot. I'm an actual idiot because I have it. I just said I set it aside in a separate window. Oh, you fed my dino. Thank you so much for feeding my dino. He was hungry. So that's over there. Cool. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to upgrade to, there are 3 things I might upgrade to. Let me just tell you what they are. One of the okay, let me open up the 3rd window. I have it all right here. I have everything right here in front of me. I can just open it all and I can read you the details. So I was debating on the the Powkitty RGB Max 2, RGB 10 Max 2. It's a long name, I know. These are the cheap Chinese handhelds and they have long names. This is how they roll. So that one it's using the RK3326 chipset, which can play everything. It can play a little Dreamcast and it can play everything from PlayStation 1 and below perfectly. And that's a good chipset. It's been used in a lot of handsets for like the past 3 to 4 years. It's a great chipset. It does handle a lot of different games. So the handheld I was thinking in that chipset to possibly get was the Powkitty RGB 10 Max 2, which is a 5-inch screen. It's a little smaller than the Nintendo Switch, but it has glowing recommendations, and it's definitely bigger than this. This is a 3-inch screen. Technically, I think it's like 2.9 inches because when I measured it, it's a little bit under. So that's just to be honest with them. Powkitty should be honest with their viewers, you know? So that was the first handset I was thinking. That one would handle everything Dreamcast, some games, everything PlayStation 1 and below flawlessly, big screen. Then I was looking at the GameSir X2, which my phone can emulate Switch games just fine. I have a Snapdragon 888 processor, so 888. It's a really good processor. I can stream I can emulate pretty much anything on my phone. So the GameSir X2 has a USB connection on one side and it clips in around your phone to make it a big game system, to make it a big controller, and it should work with all the emulation systems. But then I still have to deal with it's not dedicated handheld for gaming. So that's just kind of something to be aware of. And I'm debating on because it's a good system and that would be cheaper to buy than a whole system. But then I was thinking of the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, which is having shipping issues because of stock issues. But that is a $100 system and it can play all the way up to GameCube, just like my phone can. It can play all the way up to, well, it can play some GameCube, but guaranteed N64 and below, it handles beautifully, you know? And also Dreamcast it should handle flawlessly because Dreamcast is pretty easy to emulate now. But that one I'm thinking of getting because it has a 3.5-inch screen, which is still a good deal bigger than this. This is a little under 3 inches of the screen size, and that would be getting a 3.5-inch screen, much superior build quality, better speakers because it's got stereo, not mono. It would have an Android operating system, so I can add in different emulators if I want to, and it's more pocketable. It's not more pocketable than this. This is like the most pocketable thing ever because it's tiny. My apologies. I try not to blow your eardrums out, everyone. But yeah, the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus is one I've been thinking of because it can handle all the way up to GameCube. A little bit of PS2, very badly on PS2, but all the way up to GameCube at least. If you modify your emulation settings just right and tweak them perfectly, it can handle it. So that's a nice baseline. And that system is cheaper than all the other ones on the market right now that have this kind of performance. Well, nothing has this kind of performance. It's the top of its line. I would just have to make do with a smaller screen size. That's about the only real drawback, the screen size, because it's only a 3.5-inch screen, where the RGB 10 Max 2 has a 5-inch screen, which is a lot more real estate for a lot less power, because that could only do Dreamcast and below, but no N64, no PS2, no GameCube. But the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus would handle that, like, pretty much with ease, even if it's a slightly smaller screen size. But my issue is I would have to wear my glasses to play it. I can't play this one without my glasses, um, because the text in games like Zelda or Final Fantasy, it's too small. I can't read it without my glasses. So a bigger screen, hopefully I wouldn't have to hold it this far from my eyes, because I want to be able to lay down in bed or lay down on a couch and be able to just play it without it being right in my face. So I'm kind of torn between worlds on which handheld to choose. I don't know. I'm going back and forth between it. I'm gonna figure it out. There's a lot of different ones because I could choose an Ambernick device. I could go for like the biggest and best Ambernick device and just go for it with the money and not worry about it. No matter which device I choose, I'm gonna do a video on it on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna review it and compare it to everything else I own. It's gonna be fun either way. I'm gonna have, because I enjoy recording videos. Sorry, I'm just checking all stats over there, see if anyone typed anything. Nobody. But either way, I'm going to do a video on it. So really, you guys win either way. On my YouTube, on my TikTok, and Instagram, everything's going to have a video. I'm just figuring out which one's easiest for me, because I do like the ability to play everything, but I also like the ability to see everything without wearing my glasses, because I hate having to find them and put them on. So I don't know. That's just kind of my crossroads right now, and I'm just kind of going through and I'm watching all of the reviews for every single device countless times. And I'll just keep you guys informed with what I come up with, because no matter which device I get, I'm going to have to wait a month for it to arrive either way. I mean, the Retroid Pocket 2 would take longer to arrive because they have a shortage right now, and that would take like 35 days to even ship it. Every other console in the market would arrive pretty quickly. It would arrive within 1 month. So technically quick. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna get to that road when I cross it, and then I can play all my retro games just laying in bed without needing to go to a TV. That's kind of my goal. I gotta blow my nose in a second. The heater must be on out there because I'm stuffy now. Every time the heater goes on, I'm stuffy. I need to change out the filter again. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for being awesome. I appreciate you guys. I gotta go hang out with my girls for a bit. I'm gonna go just relax, unwind. Thank you so much for being here. I can't say it enough. I appreciate you guys being here. I genuinely do. I like talking to you. I like interacting with you. You guys are awesome. My voice is kind of sore because I've been talking for like a couple hours straight and I never shut up. I honestly never shut up. Sorry. Have a good one, guys. I appreciate you. I'll hang up on the Bigo first. See you guys later. Bye. Oh, I can't see. There we go. Bye. And now for YouTube. Where is the window? It's over there. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for Danny for jumping in on here. Jack for jumping in on here. Tech Gaming for jumping in on here. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one, guys. There it is. Have a good one. Bye.